I'm James Allen. I've recently been doing some work with AGITO Medical on some elements of the construction, design and deployment of their new fleet of modular cardiac cath labs, and I thought I'd give you a tour of one of those labs today. This one recently delivered to Cheltenham General Hospital in the UK. It's not in clinical use yet, so it's okay for us to do some filming today. The hospital are in the process of building a link corridor, linking the lab with the nearest convenient corridor exit from the hospital to provide a seamless pathway for patient and staff access, and of course also to provide the infection control environment that you need for a cath lab. Okay, let's begin the tour. So we'll start the tour off in the control room. It's quite a large square format control room. You can see this desk is dominated by the technical equipment, the Philips hemo monitors, and we're looking at here the X-ray monitors, and there's a laser printer in the corner which is connected to the hemo system. Storage above, there's a lot of storage throughout this unit. And we come around now to the main observation window that the physiologist would use during procedures through into the exam room, and you can see the new Philips Azurion cardiac X-ray system with the long Philips AD7 patient table and the huge Philips FlexVision monitor. And as we carry on around the control room, you have more seating and desk space and more storage. This tall cabinet is one of two which has sliding catheter hooks built into it for catheter hanging storage, temperature control panels on the wall, and this is the principal staff entrance, comes into the chicane but effectively into the control room, and also there's a fold down seat there if you needed to use that, perhaps for ambulatory patients coming into the unit before their procedure begins. There's a fire system which can be connected through to the hospital fire network if you want to, a small single window into the exam room, and then we're through the wide chicane and we're looking at more storage and the scrub sink, and there's a water heater built in underneath that. This tall cabinet is the second of the ones that have the slide out caster hooks. There's the FlexVision monitor and the main Azurion system. This system specified with a Medrad Mark 7 Arterion injector with both the control head and the injector head mounted on the table side to suit all of the European markets. The Flex Cardio FC 2010 interface pod, where you will connect up all of your ECG lines, SATs, pressures, etc. And this little table with a mouse, you can use the mouse during procedures to resize and reposition the different images that you've got displayed on the FlexVision monitor. And then we come back down and you've got the Philips control systems and a wireless foot switch down there. This is a cardiac dedicated unit, but it features the latest generation of flat panel image intensifier by Philips, which actually has a wider field of view than you would expect. There's no reason why you couldn't use this unit for some of your interventional vascular procedures as well. And just coming back down this wall, a quick mention of the sliding door, large sliding door filling the view. This is the primary entrance and exit for patients on wheelchairs, trolleys, beds, etc. Operated by pressing the green button. There we go. And the door opens, showing a panorama of Cheltenham General Hospital by night. Nice wide entrance, as you can see. Easy to get even full-size beds through this door. And then if I just... oh, it's closing on its own, in fact. It's timed out. There we go. And so moving down the unit, we've got the customary Mavic LED glass screen, a PAT slide is supplied, and then in this corner, perhaps most often used by scrub nurses when they're preparing their scrub trolleys, you've got a number of shelves, including a large fold-away shelf, if you didn't want to use that one, and a double lockable drug cabinet. It has a lockable outer and a separate lockable inner cabinet. And just peeking out in the corner there, you've got your oxygen and suction ports. These can be connected through via ports on the outside of the unit to your hospital supplies. Storage right the way across the rear wall of the unit, a lot of storage, and a wide area left at the rear of the C-arm pedestal so that you can move through a full-size prep trolley if you wanted to reach the other side of the unit for doing pacing procedures. And I should mention these. AGITO also supply a large stainless steel lead apron hanging rack, particularly well suited for storing two-piece lead aprons, the skirt and apron sections. And also, and both of these units are on wheels, this is designed for storing guide catheters. If you store your guide catheters in their boxes, which I know a lot of hospitals do, this box is designed for that. So effectively it's another storage solution. Of course, both of these units would normally be wheeled out and kept, let's say, perhaps in the link corridor that the hospital would build, but in this particular instance the link corridor hasn't been constructed yet, so they're being stored inside the unit. Another fold down desk space there, and a stethoscope and blood pressure monitor system on the wall for emergency use if you had an issue with a patient who wasn't yet connected to the hemo system. An LED exam light, and also you can see tucked into that little pocket on the back of the FlexVision monitor is one of the wall connection boxes, and via this connection system you can bring on extra equipment, perhaps an ultrasound unit, something similar, and if you want to view the image from that on the FlexVision monitor, you can connect up using this system. There are more connection boxes in the control room as well, if you're adding extra bits of equipment in the control room. And there's another view of the latest generation image intensifier. And then we'll carry on through the gap between the FlexVision and the table. This storage unit doesn't have a door. It's designed so that you can position extra equipment, Carto Bard, for example, EP equipment being a common example, to save you having to bring on wheeled units that might steal some of your valuable floor space. And next to the sliding door, there's another fixed desk and even more storage. And then we move back through the chicane and back into the control room. I'll take you through now just to have a quick look inside the technical room, which you have to access from outside the unit. So we'll step out through this door. These are temporary steps that the hospital has built while the link corridor is still being manufactured, and you can see the sliding door, and there is a roller shutter which obviously is up at the moment, but in the evenings for extra security there's an electrically operated roller shutter that comes down over this entrance. You can also lock the sliding door so that people on the outside, even if they press the green button, the door won't open. It's effectively locked. And that's also the way you would have it during procedures, to stop people wandering in the middle of a procedure. And so then as we come down the side of the unit, you can see another door appearing, and this is the door through to the technical room. Apologies for all the bright coloured bollards that you can see lined around the unit. This is in an attempt to temporarily stop car drivers accidentally colliding with the unit, because it's positioned effectively in a car park. So this leads us through into the technical area. I'll have to put the light on, bear with me. Now there we go. So I'll just step up here. So this is the main distribution panel for most of the circuits. Then we have the Starkstrom IPS system with its UPS down there on the floor, various transport brackets tucked away in the corner there. And as we move around, of course, as with every cath lab in the world, you see a lot of electronic cabinets for the Philips equipment, air conditioning unit, and the Socomec UPS system for the main X-ray. And if I just turn round here, this, tucked away but very large in the ceiling, this is the main air handling unit. And this system is designed to provide 25 air changes per hour with positive overpressure and F7 filtration, as per common specifications for cath labs. And this interesting piece of equipment is actually so that you can both visualize and, if necessary, take a sample of the condensate coming out of the air conditioning unit. Check for Legionella. This unit is so large because it incorporates a heat exchange mechanism. So air returning from the exam room will have as much heat as possible removed from it before it's pumped to the outside, thus making it more efficient. Okay, so we can go back outside. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that quick tour around a new AGITO Medical Modular Lab. Thank you for watching.